So welcome to the webinar about Autodesk Docs and how to manage your projects in the cloud. My name is Larissa Fahl. I'm an architect and technical sales specialist at Autodesk. My focus is on digital solutions for building planning and BIM workflows. And I have my colleague James Teed with me to support me. He's a solution engineer and focused on infrastructure. In the next 45 minutes, I'm going to cover the main functionalities and workflows you can find in Autodesk Docs. That means today you're going to learn about the key capabilities to manage and share files in the cloud, how to access files from the cloud and from your desktop, how to grant permissions to project members, document approvals, design reviews, and ways to communicate in Docs with markups and issues, how to apply naming standard to your files based on the ISO 19650, and the integration of Docs with additional applications such as Revit, Autodesk Forma, and our content catalog. But first of all, a brief explanation of the Autodesk Construction Cloud in general. Thanks to its modular structure and integrated database, the whole project lifecycle can be seamlessly linked. Autodesk Docs serves as a centralized platform for data management and enables smooth communication and the secure exchange of documents. We will go into this in more detail today. Autodesk BIM Collaborate supports design coordination and collaboration between different teams. With this module, BIM models can be reviewed and approved, reducing errors and improving efficiency. Autodesk BIM Collaborate Pro has the same features. Plus, it's a platform where teams can collaborate on their 3D model in real time. That's called our Revit Cloud Work Sharing, which means that collaboration on the model is possible from any location. Autodesk Takeoff for automatic quantifications in 2D, like PDFs or 3D models. Then we have Autodesk Build. It offers powerful tools for construction site management. It enables the management of tasks, schedules, and assets, as well as tracking progress on site. Autodesk Tandem is our solution for operations and digital twins. And Workshop XR from Autodesk is an immersive extended reality platform that enhances collaboration, visualization, and interaction with 3D models in virtual or augmented reality environments. Insight in the Autodesk Construction Cloud helps manage and analyze project data to make informed decisions and improve project outcomes. ACC Connect enables the integration of third-party software and other data sources into the Autodesk Construction Cloud, ensuring a seamless flow of information between different systems and teams. And if that's not enough, Autodesk Platform Services allows developers to create their own custom applications and integrate data in the Autodesk ecosystem. And I would therefore like to start with a brief introduction to Autodesk Docs and present the most important functions for managing and sharing files in the cloud. As just mentioned, Autodesk Docs is a browser-based cloud-supported common data environment, or short CDE. This means it is our central data storage. It forms the core of our so-called Autodesk Construction Cloud platform. With Docs, you can store and manage your projects, files, and collaborate with other parties from anywhere, whether at home, in the office, or on construction site. Storing files in Autodesk Docs does not take up space on your local computer or server, as you have unlimited storage space in the ACC. Autodesk Docs serves as a central source of truth for all team members, facilitating collaboration and document management throughout the project lifecycle. And which Autodesk memberships grant you access to Autodesk Docs? Maybe you already have access, you just don't know about it. Autodesk Docs is included in several Autodesk license models. It is included in the AEC collection, which includes also other tools like Revit, AutoCAD, Civil 3D, Recap, and Forma. In addition, Autodesk Docs is included in each of the Autodesk Construction Cloud licenses, such as Autodesk BIM Collaborate, BIM Collaborate Pro, Autodesk Build, and Takeoff. Autodesk Docs is also available as a standalone product. We have also recently launched Workshop XR, which allows you to review your models in VR headsets and also includes access to Autodesk Docs. Now let's talk about the main functions of document control. That means in Docs, you can upload, download, save, share, review, and approve 2D and 3D files, including Revit, Rhino, point clouds, videos, MP3, PDF, images. We support over 80 file types. You have unlimited cloud storage. You have control over who has access to the project files. The project administrator can manage permissions. They can decide who in the team can review, upload, and download the files. Adjustable sharing options, so you can share your files internally and externally instead of attaching files to emails. And regarding local files, you can access your project files directly from your desktop when you download the free Desktop Connector app, which connects your Docs account to your desktop folder. With full synchronization between the local folder and the Docs Cloud browser, so you can access your files from anywhere, even if you have no internet connection. In terms of document versioning functions, with Docs, you can ensure that you always share and use the latest version of your files so that everyone is also on the same page, and unnecessary communication and endless emails, including zipping of files, can be avoided. Docs always shows you the latest version of each file. It shows the publication date and the person who uploaded and updated the file. You can also compare versions of 2D drawings and 3D models to quickly understand the latest changes in the file. Docs automatically detects the changes between the versions and highlights them in different colors. In these two screenshots, you see the 2D drawings, for example, a PDF with a comparison of the different versions. You can select the versions you want to compare, and by default, the drawings are overlaid with the differences shown in different colors, here in red and blue. Then you can leave markups or create an issue and send it to the right persons to review. Here you can see an example of a model comparison in 2D and 3D. The color coding allows you to see immediately which elements have been added in green, removed in red, or changed in yellow. In addition, the position of the selected elements from the changed list is highlighted directly in the drawing or model. You will even find detailed information on the respective changes in the list below. That means everyone is always up to date, and you have a chronicle record of all changes, including a visual representation of all changes. And as you can see from the screenshots here, for each document in Docs, you can see the date it was last updated, who uploaded the file, and the number of versions. Each time you upload the file to the cloud, another version is added to the record. Important here, as long as you keep the same file name. You can also access previous versions at any time in the version history window and retrieve them as a current version. All previous versions are therefore stored in the data record, so you always have a version backup by default. And a short video on how to set up a new project in Docs. As I mentioned earlier, Docs is based in the Autodesk Construction Cloud platform. So in the main portal, project administrators use the project list to manage their projects and templates. When you create a new project, you can enter a variety of information, such as the location, project type, project number, and also save this as a template for future projects. Once the project has been created, you can navigate to the project management model to add new members to the project. These can come from your company or from other companies, for example, external specialist planners. Each project member is assigned a different access level depending on their role or company. Once the basic settings of the project have been set, start creating the project folder structure in Docs. This will be your primary primary location for storing and organizing all project content in different folders. And here we see the uploading of project files to Autodesk Docs. In addition to Revit files, many other project files can, of course, uploaded to Autodesk Docs, like DWG files, DXF, PDFs, PNG, point clouds, or even videos. In fact, as I mentioned, Autodesk Docs supports up to 80 different file types, which you can simply drag and drop into Docs. This makes the upload process extremely user-friendly. After uploading the files, you can open and review them directly in the Autodesk Construction Cloud viewer. The viewer supports both 2D and 3D, allowing you to comprehensively analyze and edit your project files. This makes it easier to review drawings and models and allows you to quickly identify potential problems or changes. The desktop connector allows you to create new folder structures and organize them. Now let's talk about the permissions for your files. Once the project administrator has organized the folders in Autodesk Docs and invited the members to the general project, they can start assigning specific permissions to each user in each folder. This ensures that the right people have access to the appropriate files. To assign permissions, proceed as follows in the video. Select the folder, right-click on the desired folder, and select Settings. Assign permissions. The administrator can assign permissions per person, per role, or per company. These approval levels can be set separately for each parent folder. These are various authorization levels, for example, like View, Create, Edit, or Manage. Quick note, if a project member is not invited to a specific folder, they will not be able to see it. This helps to control the sharing of project documents and files and ensure that only approved people have access to the relevant information. And what about internal or external exchange of your files? You no longer need to send endless emails with zip files. In Docs, you can share files and folders in 3 simple ways. You can share files with other project members as long as they have the minimal permission to the access folder. You can create a public link and share it with anyone, even if they are not part of Autodesk project. You have the option to set an expiration date with a link, and the recipient will have access to an external website with the files for download. Also, third option, you can share files or folders with another ACC project via our Bridge feature. Bridge allows sharing from one project to another ACC account, but you don't need to be a member of both projects to set up the link between the projects. In addition, each time you share a file, you can specify whether the file should be automatically updated when a new version is available in the cloud. Another way to exchange files is the transmittals tool. A transmission is the formal way to send files to another project member and receive a complete record of the transmissions and their status. You can create transmittals using the transmittals tool in the docs. But transmittals do not update the version of the content. They are a formal release and capture snapshots of the current version files. And regarding the approval functions for documents, every time someone uploads a file and shares it with the project team, that file can go through an approval process. Project administrators can create and automate approval workflows by assigning specific team members to review, comment on, and approve files. They can also export the review report as an Excel spreadsheet and containing the review details and any comments made during the review and approval steps. And here you can see how to submit a file for review. For example, I've uploaded a new drawing to Autodesk Docs, and I want my manager to review and approve this drawing before it is shared with the construction team, client, or consultant. I select the file or multiple files in question and submit them to selected approval process for each construction project. Now let's talk about best practices for document design review and how to communicate with markups and issues. When you review files in Docs, You can leave your feedback, thoughts, and comments directly in the file without sending emails and screenshots. In Docs, you can use the markups and issues tools to attach a problem or coordination comment to a specific point in 2D and 3D files. And here's an example in Docs showing how to open a file for review. To create issues, simply use the Issues button located in the toolbar on the right. You place the pin on the right element in the model and start adding information to the issue window, like description, other comments, and also the issue type. You can assign the issue to a specific project member who then receives an automatic email notification about the issue that has been created and needs to be checked and solved. You can also specify a due date for the completion of the issue and add other members to be notified of this action. You can view the general issue list in the Issues tool in Docs. You can view the issue details, the activity log, and the issue statistics. You also have the option of creating issue templates, changing the issues fields, and checking the authorizations of the project members on the right-hand side. In addition, you can also filter this issue list by name, issue type, or due date, and export it as an Excel list. After installing the Issues plugin, issues are also displayed in Revit. In Revit, you can check the issues, solve the problem by modifying the model, and update the status. All updates are automatically synchronized with the AECO Cloud and made available in Autodesk Docs. In the next version of the Issues add-in for Revit 2025, it will be possible to create issues directly in Revit. The Associated Models window also allows loading issues from another Revit model or copies of models hosted in other Autodesk Docs folders. And quick reminder, we also have the Issues add-in available for Navisworks. This tool provides consistent issue management and facilitates easier communication. This means that while carrying out your clash detection check, you already have the option of distributing the task to the necessary parties. And now a brief overview of the markup tools. Compared to the issue tools, markup is simpler means of leaving quick comments on drawings similar to a manual design review on paper. With the markup tool, you can perform a quick design review and leave your comments on 2D files only, unlike the output tools, which also work on 3D view. The markup tool allows you to create text notes, draw different types of shapes like clouds or labels. Members can create markups on PDF, PNG, JPEGs, DWG, and Revit files, but only 2D, not the 3D. Only project members with create permission or higher can publish markups, which are then visible to all members with view permission for that file. And quick note here, all markers are also retained across file versions. That means, for example, if you create markups in version 1, they will be also displayed in version 2. Until you or the project administrator delete these markups. And all markups are initially unpublished, unlike the issues. You must click on Publish button to make them visible to other project members. Once published, any project member reviewing this file will be able to see your markup. You also have the option to link a file as a reference to your markup. Now let's look at how we can apply the naming standard to our files hosted in Docs based on the ISO 9650 or even our own standard. Create, manage, and enforce the naming standard across project files to ensure standardization. Project admins can easily create the naming standard for the project using the ISO template. Admins need to customize the standard attribute fields that will be required and upload and add additional attributes if desired. After configuring the naming standard, admin can apply the naming standard to selected empty folders and subfolders. Naming standards can be updated before files are uploaded to the folder the naming standard is applied to. And admins can easily reorder the naming fields and related attributes remove them, add new ones, or configure constraints. In Docs, under the Settings tab, the project administrator can create folders that must comply with the ISO naming standard. The ISO standard can be applied as default, or the name attributes and their order can be customized to match another company or national standard. It is also possible to create your own naming standard or import an Excel file. Files in these folders must be named correctly according to the specific naming standard and can be submitted for review and approval. There's also flexibility in the naming convention and the option to export as an Excel log. And when I say the folder is forced to stick to the naming standard, it means that there is a validation of the naming convention and the file names are managed based on the naming standard. If you upload a file that does not comply with the naming standard, it will be placed in a red holding area until the name is corrected and adapted to the standard. Only then will the file be moved to the correct folder. This holding area is used to manage files that do not comply with the standard. And with the Desktop Connector app, you can connect and control files from the desktop to Docs. And the app enables a name check directly in the desktop folder so that you can also correct file names there. All changes are fully synchronized between the desktop folder and the Autodesk Construction Cloud. Docs can also automatically generate a file log report in Excel format. A file log report documents in detail all activities and changes to files, including access rights, versioning, metadata, and errors to ensure transparency and traceability for project management, quality control, and security monitoring. This allows you to export your drawing list as an Excel spreadsheet containing all data from the cloud, to create a detailed file log report and share it externally. And as the last topic of this webinar, I would like to introduce you to some great integrations of other applications with Docs. Let's start with Revit. And how to upload Revit models in the cloud. Open your Revit project and prepare it for upload to the Autodesk Construction Cloud. Under the publishing settings in Revit, select the different views and sheets you want to upload to the cloud. You can select as many views and sheets as you need to ensure that all relevant information is available. Go to the Collaborate section in Revit and save the model directly to the cloud instead of saving it within your local network. Select the correct project within the ACC and specify the correct folder for each specialist designer. This ensures that all team members have access to the latest information and collaborate efficiently. Once the upload is complete, your model is saved as a cloud model. The cloud model is now accessible to all authorized team members and can be viewed and edited at any time. Repeat this process for all other disciplines and specialist areas. The process remains the same. Select the correct project within the ACC and the correct folder for each specialist planner. This enables structured and organized storage of the models so that each specialist can easily access the required information. Once the models have been uploaded, you can view them in the Autodesk Construction Cloud viewer. In the viewer, you have the option of creating tasks and markers directly in 2D or in 3D. And starting with Revit 2024, you have the option to link Revit models hosted in Autodesk Docs as a reference model in the background of your live model in Revit. So instead of linking a complete Revit file to your Revit model, the reference coordination model from Autodesk Docs ensures that your project files are less extensive. This means that no unnecessary data is loaded and your work is always synchronized with the latest version available in Autodesk Docs. You can track the changes of the previous versions and see what was added, changed, or deleted in the last version of the coordination model. This feature is supported for coordination models originating from Revit and DWG file formats. Let's continue with Autodesk Forma. Autodesk Forma, our cloud software for early design phases, conceptual mass studies, sustainability, and environmental analysis, offers a new application, the new Forma board. The Forma board is a collaborative whiteboard for teamwork and brainstorming, similar to Miro or Mural. It is now connected to Autodesk Docs, so you can import and review 3D views, models, 2D drawings, and other documents from Docs into your Forma board. You can also take measurements and create annotations, synchronizing your Forma project with your Docs files. The widget always shows you the latest version of the file. Basically, all file types are supported. And the last application for today is the content catalog. The challenge of consistency of model data and BIM assets. One of the pain points in the BIM workflow is that the same content may have been duplicated dozens of times in different locations without a clear workflow or tool to search, store, and transfer digital content from project to project. Content Catalog attempts to overcome this challenge by creating a central storage for all your BIM assets that can be managed and shared across projects and users, available in the cloud with unlimited storage. Access to Content Catalog based on a subscription that includes Autodesk Docs. And the Content Catalog is a cloud-based asset management system for BIM files and Revit families, offering free access for Autodesk Docs users. It integrates seamlessly with Acrobat Pro, Revit, AutoCAD, Civil 3D, and soon also Rhino, allowing you to manage, distribute, and locate up-to-date BIM content with ease. Instead of copying files from project to project, you can create cloud libraries to share across different projects, standardizing your files. Nope. And instead of copying the files from project to project, you can create the cloud libraries to share across different projects, standardizing your files. The automatic Revit version upgrade process ensures your files are available in the 4 latest Revit versions. Additionally, you have control over access rights to your collections, keeping your content secure and accessible only to the authorized users. So the content catalogs help streamline workflows and enhances collaboration, making it an essential tool for maintaining consistency and quality in your projects. And of course, these are not all the integrations that are possible with the Autodesk Construction Cloud. Over 757 partners are connected to the Autodesk Construction software, and there are more than 400 integrations already available as partner cards in the cloud. And as already mentioned, you can also create unlimited custom integration workflows with our Autodesk Construction Cloud Connect. Here you can see our partner integrations. These integrations include direct connections to other tools to enable seamless collaboration and data exchange between ACC and other software solutions, as in Microsoft Teams, or also Laser Scanner, as in Faro. Also, we have the integration with Office 365, so you can directly work in Word and Excel in the cloud. So there are a lot of different options. To summarize this webinar, Autodesk Docs lets you upload, manage, and share your project files, accessible from any device, both online and offline. You can perform design reviews and communicate with all project teams, including internal and external members. You have full control over permissions and ensure that everyone is using the latest file version. Organize and store your files centrally, track changes, and access previous versions. Comment and manage approval processes directly in your documents. With seamless integration with Revit, AutoCAD, and Civil 3D, powerful search capabilities, and real-time notifications of changes, your data is protected by robust security measures.